Hi and welcome to, well, I guess this is now becoming a regular occurrence, another league racing video, which will really wait from this channel really. This is POR, Performance Online Racing, no, Precise, I don't even know what the league is called, like, nice. Tier 1 race here in Britain. Disclaimer, in RPL Equal, I was actually able to go for podiums. In here, never. I don't have the base. But away from that topic, you can see in this league we have the full qualifying format: Q1, Q2, and Q3. Q1 started off with intermediates, but and we got a lap in with that. It wasn't a great one. We're like P11, as we now go on to our soft tyre run in Q1. We got a banker in. That wasn't too great. We end our best Q1 lap up to Q2, P2, Q2 as well, on our best soft tire lap, and we end the session in P5, nice and easy. But that's when the qualifying really got away from us, as we are now in the beginning of our first hot lap in Q2. I say hot lap, you'll see what I mean by that soon. Cross the line towards turn 1. What you don't want to do is cut that curb that we just did, and this is really where things got away from us, as just qualifying's never been my strong point. One that pace qualifying. Well, I say that I've been pretty decent in qualifying. I've got some like 20 pole positions in other racing leagues, as we are now preparing for our final lap in Q2, or final good lap in Q2, that is, going towards turn 1. You want to stay in 7th, go flat, and we missed the apex by a country mile there. Into turn 3, into 2nd gear, short shift to 4th, get the launch, into turn 4, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, get the traction down, 5th is flat, don't even think about that. Open the RS as soon as possible, don't cut that turn, which we only just did not. We're on 28.8 when our time trial best was like a 27.0. So I'd say if we could maybe get into mid-27s this session, we could be on for a good, well, qualifying really. But, as I've said previously, this just did not go well for us. We are getting towards Cops Run. We want to get on that curb, on the outside curb, and get the line right and go through Cops as flat as possible. We did not. Megs and Beckett's this part, flat in 7th gear. Then down to 6th, maybe 5th if you want comfortable up to 6th. Then in here you may want to go into 4th, then 5th. On to 6th for the hanger straight, if it's even hanger straight, I don't know what the corner names are in Britain, don't kill me. Towards Stowe we go, 7th and 8th gear, we're playing around with the RS not to run out of it. Stowe, you can just play around with the gears to get the engine braking. You can extend that corner, you can get away with it in time trial and in strict corner cutter rules in league races, through the Belgian chicane, into the final corner. It's not the best lap, like 6 tenths off, 7 tenths off, but it's only a 28.1. About 6 tenths off where we'd like to be. And we'll P8 for now, but as you are about to see, we are out in Q2, starting 13th, which in a way is positive, as the P10 time is a 27.5, 27.6 really, and we could have done that definitely on a good lap, but we just didn't get the laps right. We are now in the end of the formation lap for the start of the race. It's dry, thank Lord that. Thank God for that, as well, you saw in the Australia race video where it was raining. Not my speciality really. I'm better in dry than I am in wet, that's for sure. We are now preparing for the start of this race, and start in here. You want to be, especially when you're in mid-pack, you want to be cautious, because there will be crashes in front of you, behind you, to the right of you, and even to the left of you somehow, as you're about to see. The lights are coming on now, 3, 4, now 5 red lights, and we get away pretty well. We get the jump on the McLaren Reece Simmons. Into turn 1 we go, we lift the throttle into turn 1. There's side by side moment in front of us. The McLaren has got us back into turn 1. There are spinners, not turn 1, turn 3. There are spinners. There's a Ferrari flipping in the background. I don't know if you saw that. And just like that, just for being cautious, just for freeing the needle, through the carnage, We are up to P9 from 13th on the grid in a matter of 5 corners in the Wellington Straight. The Ferrari of Kevin is trying to go around the outside of us. We didn't let that happen, really. Through Lovefield, I believe this is. Don't kill me when I get the corner names wrong. I have no clue what they are. And we stay 9th. Decent start from us, really. 13th to 9th, and I'm happy with that. Lap 2, the Mercedes or Fingerboy 05 got turn 2 all the way wrong. Turn 3 that is even, I'm sorry. On to the Wellington Straight we go now. There's green flags behind us. Sorry, yellow flags behind us as there's a Williams in trouble, maybe. We got to the Megaspecken section of lap 2. There's a racing point in front of us, going pretty slow. I think he had some coming together with a Renault in front of us. We have a disconnector, Red Bull, or as you guys will know him, called Sam. We overtake the racing point with relative ease. We didn't even have to put the engine up to the max. Overtake me before us though, even. And as you can see, we're up to P8. We have JRT Alonso in front of us on mediums. I don't even know why they're mediums, because you want to be on softs at this stage of the race. Going towards lap 3. We have a couple of pitters. Actually, there's only one pitter. DRS is now enabled, and we are now near Megaspeckens. And this stage, we can't even look too much ahead of us, but we have to look behind us because the McLaren, who overtook at the start, is right behind us. And I wasn't really bothered to make his life too hard. Obviously, I'm still going to defend, which I'm entitled to do. But I didn't really care if they overtake us or not. Our teammate has been crashed out of this race. And as you're about to see, we had a VSC. Had we defended that position a bit better, I think we could have stayed ahead for the VSC. But now, as we got to the end of the VSC, it's really annoying the restarts, because you can get away sometimes with extending the delta time going into red at the restart, but sometimes the game will give you a drive-through penalty, which is why I'd rather be a bit slower off the VSC restart rather than risking that couple of extra seconds, not even seconds, couple of extra tenths. As we go on to lap 6, we have another retiree of JRT Norris, and we have a full course caution safety car. Safety car has been deployed. It's lap 6 out of 26, and I was thinking, you know what? I think we could get away with a pit stop, and as you can see now, we are pitting onto the hard tyre to, just in case if there's not going to be any more safety cars, to go to the end of this motor race on hards. Free pit stop essentially, and well, yeah, why not go for it? We enter the pits at P7. There's a couple others in the box who have the same idea as we do, and they're all going onto hard tires. I was in the first when I got the MFD, I was considering to go onto mediums, but 20 laps of mediums, didn't think that's gonna be possible. We exit the pits, I believe, in P10, which, well, was still in the points, and considering we started like 13th, we're net P10 now. Not too bad, as we're now at the safety car restart. We have Reece Simmons in the McLaren in front of us, we have ERN Kevin behind us, and, well, Britain and POR didn't go well for me in Tier 2. That was on the week before, where under the final safety car restart into Belgian game, I spun myself out into a Mercedes. We have a Mercedes in front of us now, and I'm just trying to be cautious in there. Green, green, green. We get away, no spinners, no nothing, which is good for us. We're P9 as some others pit under the safety car as well. We go racing again. You can see there's carnage behind us, and I believe Euro and Kevin and a Renault have dug each other into a spin. We have another retiree. We were down to 16 runners. Lap 10, Euro and Kevin is now out of the race. I believe he did take that Renault of Avoki, don't even know how to say a name, for a spin, taking himself out of this race. You can see there's a couple of dots on the minimap on the main straight. I don't even know how they managed that. We have a car going really wide into, I still don't know what corner it is. It was JRT Alonso. Now he's pushing Simmons on the grass, and we are getting in on this action as well. These two are going so slow. They even somehow scared me off the track a little bit. Into cops they go, and they're side by side. Alonso is forced a wee bit wide. He's rejoining the track in front of us. And we have Dyson behind us, who's trying to go for a really optimistic move down the inside of me into Maggotts and Beckett. We had to let him through because I didn't want to go in a spin, so I just let him through for now. JT Alonso goes even wider now in Chapel, and I believe that's Chapel anyway, and that's free position for us. No one has left the session. My teammate who was crashed out into Stowe corner. Titan is now in front of us, but we still have 60 left to go. I believe we can do something in this race. All I wanted to do is to have a calm race from now on hard, no drama, no damage. As you can see, Simmons, I don't even know what happened to him, just went out off the track, nearly flipped his car, and now we have another safety car. We have another safety car in this race, and I was again thinking, should I pit? And yeah, we are pitting again onto a set of medium tyres, as medium from this distance will go to the end, as our third, the original pit window was lap 12 onto mediums. We have a safety car, so we only just get the car slowed down into the pit lane. I didn't even notice it was that close. We will get these mediums to the end from here pretty comfortably, especially when it's a safety car, and it's another free stop basically. There's again a couple other people with the same idea as mine, and you notice there's a rebel in the box. We're actually gonna jump the rebel of Kingley. We get released now, and we are in front of Kingley. So we even jump someone in the pits. We exited the pits in P10 yet again. But as you can see now, there's actually a really funny case where, if you look at the left of your screen, there's a Toro Rosso spinning off the track, and that basically put us into P9. I don't know if you caught that. If you want to, you can go 5 seconds back from now, but there was a Toro Rosso spinning off the track. We are now in the safety car restart, lap 13, half race distance. Fingerboy 05 in front of us in the Mercedes, Kingley track diagram 18 behind us. Lap 14 out of 26, and we are racing once more in Britain. At this stage we had no penalties, no warnings, but well, that's not gonna stay. Mitch Murray has got that corner every sort of wrong. We tried to go for a move, we tried to squeeze in into turn 4, that didn't count, it didn't really work, and now I think that's the Toro Rosso, no, it's a Red Bull alongside us as well. We get our first track limits warning as we are essentially pushed off the track. There's every sort of chaos going through into these two corners. We're trying to get by Mitch Marie, who's still keeping it down the inside. We get pushed wide, and now the Toro Rosso of CCRL Golden, who was the one spinning off the track, has got us. And if you look behind us, JT Alonso's right there as well. And at this stage, we had no pace. I don't know what even happened there. JT Alonso's trying to go out around the outside of Maggotts and Beckett. I didn't want to get any damage or spin around, so just let him through in here. It wasn't a good stage of the race for me. We just lost like 3 or 4 positions from that restart. Prep was now behind us, as he keeps disconnecting with his internet. Yeah, it wasn't too ideal of a race restart for us, as there's still chaos going on in front of us into the Vale chicane. And if you look closely, Mitch Marie has gone off the track. That could have easily been us had we gone side by side into that chicane, as that's now a free position for us. Lap 15 out of 16, no, 26, what am I on about? And we're still in this relatively huge pack in front of us. There's a car, a Voki that is in the Renault, going off the track. We go run outside of them into turn 3. And there's still chaos in front of us. That Toro Rosso Golden was punted a bit wide. As we go onto the Wellington Straight now, we have a gap behind us and we're back into P9. I don't know what's going on in this race, but we have 3 wide into this corner. We have a car off the track, we have Kingley with a half spin, and we are now up to 7, just like that, from P12 to P7 in a matter of a couple of corners. The engine is overheating. That hard we could grill steak on it. Lap 16 out of 26, second corner got warning. We have to be careful from now on. Milanucci and Giorgio Alonso battling it out into turn 3 to go. Milanucci in the Williams actually has front wing damage, so we want to ideally get by him as soon as possible, but the exit to get onto the Wellington straight is unreal. I don't even know what's happening. Do I have the wrong setup on? I know I'm not using the ERS too efficiently because, well, no, on a pad, no. Into these two corners they go. We're still in a pack of like, we have 4 cars in front of us, we're the 5th one, and we have like 2 cars minimum behind us. The Mercedes of the Finger Boy is catching up as well. On to the next lap, we're trying to go for a move on Milanucci. You can see up in front of us we have some action as well. We try a half-hearted move down the inside of Milanucci. Didn't go to plan really. We have to sit by him a little while longer. We have Kingly Diagram now in front of us, no, behind us. We have DRS on Milanucci, but he got such an exit. We try to defend, but he still goes down the inside of us into... I still don't know what corner this is. He shoves us wide. We try to hang out around the outside. It turns into inside, into this corner, right hand, the long right hander. I absolutely hate this corner, but we don't talk about that. Side by side, he got us. And I don't really fancy going for a move down Cops because that's just suicidal. Into lap 18 out of 26 we go. We have a Renault behind us of Awuki who was taken to a spin by the Ferrari of Ian and Kevin early on in this race. King of the Diagram goes on the inside of Milanucci. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this stage. Oh my god, there's too much action. Stop! Don't. As we hit to the back of the Red Bull, and that allows the Renault of Awuki behind us to in front of us. Oh my god, there's too much action from here. Ah! Anyway, P9 out of P13, we have a couple of retirements this race, and we're still in this pack. The Renault is lacking a wee bit in front of us, and we're still in this huge battle. We have like 12 laps to go. Into Mexico seconds we go. The Mercedes in front of us got the corner all sorts of wrong, and we get a 3rd warning of this race, which means a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, we still have action 3 wide in front of us, and the Renault gets put off the track, and that was never gonna work. 3 wide with Kingly, Milanucci, both of them potentially have damage, and the Renault, that was never gonna work. We're going on to lap 19 out of 26. We're nearing the end of this race nearly, and we are still at the back of this pack, and we are somehow P8 after all that's happened to us. The Renault and the Williams are going nearly side by side. The Renault, not Renault, what am I talking about? The Red Bull. There's nothing doing in there, into turn 4, that leads into turn 5, and Wellington straight. We hit the back of Kingsley once more, as he's so slow in that corner. Don't know, like, I keep hitting the back of him, but nothing doing there, didn't get any damage. Maggots and Beckett's, we have the Renault of Titan getting it all sorts of wrong in Chapel, into the Wellington straight, and this is going to be another free-wide moment, isn't it? Milanucci in front of him. Moved on. Kingly, his next one, and I'm just behind these two. Kingly down the inside of Stowe. I wasn't planning to go on a move there because that's not going to go well. Titan is fighting back. Kingly is off the track. Into the Welch again. Titan decides to go down the inside. We go down the inside. Kingly hits the side of Titan. We hit the back of him. He goes for a spin. We carry on. I'm sorry, Titan. Didn't know. Like, you slowed each other down there so much. I just had nowhere to go. Slight bump to the back of you, and that took you to a spin. Sorry for that. Lap 20 out of 26, and we are P7. We're trying to get past this Red Bull as soon as possible, and Williams in front of us in P5. P5 is on the table. He's so slow with his front wing damage. We're going on to lap 21, my lord, out of 26. We still have 5 laps to go, and my voice is completely dead. Into turn 1, flat out, as the Red Bull is trying to go for a move on the Williams. Into turn 3, he dives down the inside, a half-hearted move, and he gets damage. He gets nearly spun around, and that's a free position for us. Lap 6, P6 out of 13, and we now have the Williams in front of us with front wing damage. Keep that in mind. The Mercedes Fingerboy has got past Kingly now. We are on lap 21 out of 26, and we are at the DRS of Milanucci into Stowe. We try to go down the inside, and we only nearly got to move on, but Milanucci goes off the track to defend from us. You can do that, unfortunately. Into the Welsh again, and he keeps B5 from us. We hit the back of him, and that this as we hit the back of him again, that seems to be a common theme for us in this race. We just in exit, we get in some corners we get that better of an exit that we keep hitting the back of the other car, but nothing really doing there. I don't get any damage, and they don't go for a spin. Lap 22 out of 26. I tried to go. I was thinking about going into the move into turn 3, but I remember from last lap he shut the door on Kingly, so I decided not to go for that. I still want to finish this race in a decent position, not down out of the points. Wellington straight, not Wellington straight. It is Wellington straight. What am I on about? Into this corner, we again try side by side into down the inside, shove him off the track. Doesn't really work. Round the outside of this long right hand there. Fair play, not pushing us onto the grass. We're still side by side, and he's not giving out of this. We're going to cops. I don't really fancy going side by side in cops, especially with him having front wheel damage, but we have to do it. We give up the position as he shows us off the track, only just. And behind us, Fingerboy is getting ever closer to us as well. Maggots and Beckett's, you can't really go side by side in here. We had to concede the position twice in this section. We got a better exit than the Williams in front of us. Open DRS, and this is it. We have to go for a move, now or never. We are side by side, but if you look closely, Fingerboy has also gone for a move. Into we go, and only just we escaped contact with Fingerboy. I don't even know how close it was, but it was bloody close. I didn't realise that during the race. Into Welsh again, don't hit the back of the Mercedes. And fortunately for me, as I actually legit am losing my voice, this is the end of action for us. It's now lap 23, gap in front 1.9, 2 seconds really, and gap behind us to Red Bull in the Ferrari. That 5-second gap is not legit, he's closer to us, but the gap is like that because of his lag. Next lap, Fingerboy is 3.4 ahead of us. He pulled 1.4 on us on that lap. We are not 5 seconds ahead of Red Bull. That is a lie. On the final lap we are now. And I was actually in party with Sam of Red Bull, and he had a ridiculous amount of penalties. So I decided in here, if he gets close enough to me on the Hanger Straight, I may as well let him go, because I only have a 3-second time penalty. Red Bull or Sam had something ridiculous like 15 or 20. So here he goes. I'm not defending too much. I'm out of ERS. Salted helmet wins the race for Williams. I'll lift the throttle, let the Ferrari go, and that is the end of action for us. P7 on the row. Milanucci behind us at Williams into the Welsh again. And yeah, this was a rather exciting race. It was an annoying one, but it was a really exciting race for us. P7 on the road, P6 at the end of this race from B13 on the grid. And yeah, it was an annoying race for me, but it was really exciting. But yeah, that's it. If the thing would load, you can see how slow our fastest lap was compared to the top guys, and somehow we're P6. We had pretty decent amount of penalties in there, but we don't talk about that. But guys, this is it for this video. I may actually leave the comments over for this time, so let me know if you want to see more of these, or if you want to have any improvements from my end. Next race that I'll be doing is probably RPL equal around Bahrain, so stay tuned for that. Up your Rikes, and I'll see you guys next time.